Okay, so I don't know if you can see this, but there is an invasive vine taking over my tree right here. So, this is not what this is right here. And I didn't really notice it until a couple weeks ago that there was something else growing along here when I started doing some landscape along this area. And so what these vines do is they choke out the tree underneath it. Eventually it'll take it completely over. And it's a vine that's not native to this part of the country and in the southeast, and it's just taking it over. Underneath it, it looks pretty on the outside. I don't know if this is the type that grows flowers, but some of them grow flowers like wisteria. I don't know if this is a wisteria, but it looks really nice and green and lush on the outside, but what happens is that it kills the tree, the shrubbery underneath it, just by choking it out. So it gives me great pleasure to get down to the very roots of these and take it out. I'm going to have to probably dig it out. But like this, I cut that. That was feeding a major part of this vine that's been taking over. So we got some smaller roots here. It's going to kill everything that's up in it now until I can get these dug out. It's this root system looks like it grew right out of this dead bush right here. I don't think it's the same. No, it's not the same thing because it has that twisting thing. Anyway, if you follow my blog, if you follow my blog, newwinepouring.com, you'll find an article called The Python Spirit. And anyway, it's about things that choke the life out of other things. And it's very deceptive. This is a very deceptive plant because it fits right in with the rest of the plants until you take a closer look. These are already dying because I've cut off their main supply. Anyway, yeah, so it's a vine that twists and chokes out other living things. And it just reminds me of bondage. It reminds me of all kinds of different things. But Python spirit in the Greek, that word comes from the Greek word pythos. We find that in the story of Paul when he cast out the demon of Pythos, or that demon of divination, spirit of divination, from the girl that was a fortune teller, and she was I guess she was owned by a wealthy man in the city, and so then that just raised hell when Paul cut off their money supply in that regard, because she was hanging out with their entourage, witnessing to people in the city and following Paul around, saying things that didn't disagree with what he was doing. She was saying, come and listen to this good news, he's going to tell you the way of salvation, and even was giving God glory, but there was something wrong. It was not the right spirit. She had a wrong spirit. She was a fortune teller, and she recognized the power of God, but she that spirit was trying to infiltrate that apostolic work. That's what this thing does. It's a good work, just like this good tree that's got a good root system and was a beautiful flourishing tree. It's an evergreen, right? It's right here. And it infiltrates it and slowly but surely chokes it off, cuts it off, and takes its place. And so that's also kind of like the Antichrist spirit, because the Antichrist spirit is the instead of spirit. It takes the place of, okay? And what that Pythos spirit was trying to do, you know, of course, the damsel, she didn't know what was going on. She was just possessed by it. Other people in the community, knowing that she was a fortune teller, would think that Paul's ministry and what he was doing, the work he was establishing, was nothing different than what she was doing if it was allowed to continue working its seductive, deceptive work. But it says he was troubled in his spirit, and so he turned around and he cast that spirit out of the young woman and made it to where she couldn't be a fortune teller anymore. This made her master very angry, and then persecution ensued. However, the work continued in that city, and Paul was able to establish a church there. And for the life of me, for right now, I can't even remember what the name of that was. Maybe Ephesus, I'm not sure. But anyway, yeah, it's been a while since I've been in that part of Acts. So, and I don't retain details like that. But anyway, if you go to newwinepouring.com, all those scriptures are there in detail about the Python spirit, how it operates. It seeks to infiltrate, just like this invasive vine is infiltrating what would be otherwise a nice healthy tree. And I'm seeing the effects of it too. Like here it is right here. Like this really got choked out right there. So that's too bad. But I'm freeing it up. It has to go down to the root. You got to get rid of the root system. But right now I've cut off the life of the vine. So all of this it's already started to dry out. All of this is going to start drying out, and I'll be able to pull it out and get this back to normal. So this is just like deliverance. We need deliverance. Jesus said, go ye into all the world and make disciples of all nations, and these signs will follow them that believe. In my name they will cast out devils, speak with new tongues, lay hands on the sick, and they shall recover. If they take up any deadly thing, it shall not hurt them. And that's what we're called to do. That's in Mark 16. So, just wanted to show you guys this. So, until we meet again, God bless.